Hello and everyone, welcome back to the Rings of Inasvine campaign. Once again, I'm your host, Voice, or you can call me Paul. And welcome to session 3 that I have titled Tremors of the Soul.
Ooh, nice title.
Thank you.
Very fancy.
Very,
True.
very fancy. Do you guys mind if I begin the recap, I guess this episode of Our Heroes Tonight?
Sure.
Sure, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
All right. Welcome, one and all, back to Our Heroes Tonight. Once again, this is your DJ, RK Wilder. I know it's been a real rough, alignment day previously with all the drinking and rambunctious stuff, but I've been hearing there's a lot of movement over the first ring, particularly in the Disc of Amir. Apparently, there's some moving parts happening, and I heard a lot of individuals got off for for some reason or another, a lot of people skipping town. And, you know, there's been a large increase in what's it called again? Dream state energy? I'm gonna need to get one of my interns to look at that. However, there's a lot of weird movement going all over the all sorry, running away from the first ring. I'm gonna begin looking into this weird and new phenomena. But until then, you guys take care of yourselves, and please keep the radio going. I know you don't want to get lonely. Out of character. Uh, a few things happened last session. In particular, a referee who is currently en route to the session. We will not be beginning with him today. Had a very interesting dream. A very interesting dream of worst case scenarios with a lot of individuals, ranging from being arrested and executed to just being just various different ways to die. In
Yeah,
his,
it was some shit.
it was definitely some.
Hopefully that none of that
True.
happens.
Hopefully,
Now, this kind of makes me want to watch A Thousand Ways to Die. I haven't thought about that show in so long. Anyway,
isn't it like a thousand ways to die in the West, or is there like multiple different ways, or is there multiple different movies on that?
no,
No, it's just
it's a
no.
show. It's a stupid
It's a sh- it,
show.
it's a show from Spike TV. It's called A Thousand Ways to Die. And fun fact, that is a large reason of the fact that I just cannot handle like cheap like special effects gore. That
show?
show.
But it was so low quality and cheesy.
That was the
Yes,
point.
and I watched it when I was like 10, when low quality and cheesy is gruesome.
I mean, yeah, you're very right about that. Anyway,
Fair enough.
Horror movies from the 80s and 70s had better gore.
Anyway, now is not the time to be complaining about
True, yeah.
2010 Spike TV shows. Riverami took the moment to follow up on one of those visions by going to find his old friend Perry Ravenlade, who he met the previous evening, just having a few drinks. Carthon and Calzias were invited by their cousin slash sister, Myelthel, to meet with Mayor Glatz, who, Calzias, with their bad vibes that they got from their dream, decided not to come along. And Carthon and Rava had a very nice moment dealing with the rich governor.
You know what?
yeah,
Even though I probably walked right into my destiny by not showing up, because I remembered right after last session, wait, I'm not with Carthon in the dream. I already messed up now.
Yep,
But
the
I probably would have messed up even more if I went to that party and started yelling at that mayor because holy shit,
Fair enough.
Al would have lost their patience a long time ago.
Fair enough. What were you about to say,
un-
Mark?
unfortunately, the prophecy is severed, like in Morrowind, where you can't complete the main quest. Anyway, but in all seriousness, yeah, I think Carthon had a mostly okay time. The mayor was kind of annoying, but there wasn't combat, and it sounds like we might have a way to go on. I don't think he can actually help Black Soot any faster, but we might find a way to do that anyway.
Fair enough. Uh, yeah, and Carthon, right now after the breakfast, you begin to head on into the Glad's Manor, and you're essentially with Myelthel, looking through documents and trying to figure out a strategy to get Black Soot the help it needs a little bit sooner.
Yeah, a little sooner than 6 years, which I checked my notes. That's the quickest they can do it, allegedly.
Allegedly. And as you were looking through that, you felt a slight shift in the ground below you, which was weird because the rings are a very well controlled environment.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
there
it's
there have been earthquakes on the far quarter, but I don't know if I've ever felt an earthquake on the rings before. I mean, of course I wouldn't have since I've never been here, but it does seem a little unusual.
it is never a good thing when you start feeling seismic activity in an artificial environment.
Fair enough. And back in the Sailing Serpent Inn, there was a Calzaius, met with the barkeep, who suggested maybe having a moment of weapons training might be up their alley. To which they met with Spurbod, who was joined with their apprentice, Rugar Beam. And do you guys want to describe how that went?
Despite my best
Well,
efforts, I accidentally broke some furniture.
That chair had it covered.
despite my best efforts, he beat me in a spar.
Listen, I'm
No, no,
literally above
the
your weight class.
the better warrior won.
True. And so,
I'm sure if you were taking it seriously, you would have kicked my ass.
Yeah, fair.
as we begin this session, we're actually going to begin with Calzaius and Spurbod. What is the immediate? What happens after the fighting? Do you guys continue to talk, or are you guys gonna go off and do your own thing?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably cleaning up the mess I made because again, I broke some furniture when I really tried not to.
Fair.
I'm helping him out with that because I have a deal with the barkeep. He'll let some stuff go, but broken furniture. If I don't help, he's gonna hold me fiscally responsible, and I can't afford that.
You can't afford to be responsible.
I can afford to be responsible, just not fiscally responsible. I am broke.
Oh, it's a good thing I offered to pay for it. I still have money.
Fair enough. The broken furniture, of course, splintered wood and everything. And the bartender, the Warforged individual, does provide you guys some brooms. Kalzias, Spurbod, even Rudgel begins to clean up the area a little. When coming through the front door of the Sailing Serpent, a little bit abruptly, the door hits the wall. Spurbod, you see now Sergeant Sinbad coming up with a little bit of purpose.
What brings you to this corner of the ring?
Hello, Spurbod. And this large Warforge looks at you, Calzias, and tilts their head. I'm sorry, may I please have a moment with my friend here?
Of course. And I guess carrying the broken pieces of the wood that used to be the chair and table, I'll ask the barkeep where I should toss this stuff.
Yeah, so you head on over, and the Warforged looks at you and just put it in the bin out back. Not really, not really enough space for any of the bins here.
Alright, you got it. And again, sorry about this.
It's fine. As long as I don't have to deal with you being drunk as well. Could be a lot worse.
And like I said, I will pay for it. I have some gold on me.
Carr smiles at this. Just it's only what's expected. And as you begin to move your big the big bits of destruction outside, Sinbad looks at you, Srbad, and looks at Rudgel, who seems to also get the message that they need to take a few steps back. Uh,
So, what's happening?
they're they're stalling in their response, and I haven't got any clear message on what to do next. At least from the upper ranking organizers of this.
Have you not heard anything, or are they answering, but they're doing that bureaucratic nonsense waffly answer?
Bureaucratic nonsense waffly answer. Oh,
Damn it.
we'll get to it in a timely manner. You know you're the next you are the next person on the line, which we all know is complete bogus.
Well, we can't just sit. We can't just sit around waiting for approval. We need to do something.
Of course, that's part of the reason why I came out here. I wanted to get your recommendations on what I could tell some of our people. My thoughts are gathering people up in the village proper. Maybe organize and make some sort of move, or perhaps do some scouting, reconnaissance. Try to get some more information about the situation.
I'm leaning more towards reconnaissance. We don't exactly want to. We don't exactly want to play our hand too quick. Let people get wary as to what's going on.
that's what I'm that's what I'm a little bit worried about. If they're already aware of the situation, then they look away. Reconnaissance?
Reconnaissance.
Alright. I am going to let the chain of command know, and we're going to get some of our people on the inside to tell us what we need to know.
Sounds good.
And until then, keep up the good work here, Svabad. And they nod and hastily stand up to head on back out. It's interesting based on the last conversation you had that Sinbad is still coming to you for advice.
Yeah.
Carthon,
Yes.
you continue digging through the papers with Myelthel and Governor Glads, and there's a lot of questions asked, like, "Oh, do you know this individual? Do you know this individual? Are you do you work with the Ministry of Magistrates? Do you have any connections with the bureaucracy portfolio? Do you have any?" And just they keep on spouting off all these terms to you, Myelthel, and there's not really like while Myelthel does like respond like, "Oh, I do know like a few." I do know like a few of their assistants, a few of their acquaintances. It's not there isn't any major pull between you two in the grand scheme of the bureaucracy. And eventually the governor's just, well, unless you have about 3,000 gold pieces to get the gears of democracy going, I don't necessarily see a quick solution to this. Do you have a legal team in Blacksoot? Perhaps I can dig through files for you.
Uh, I don't know. Does Blackstone have the budget for a legal team out of character?
They probably can afford like one or two lawyers and like administrators to like just look through documents, but
Or like paralegals.
yeah, probably more like paralegals. They probably don't have like full-on attorneys. They're given, hey, why do we have to keep on or why do we have to spend so much time litigating this when we can just shake on it and just deal with our issues here?
Got it. Uh, I'm still not entirely sure I trust this guy. I'd like to roll insight to see if that 3,000 gold will really help or if it would just be like a bribe.
Uh, mm, I don't think you need to roll insight for this. He's very clearly just saying, whenever he meant like greasing the wheels of democracy, he's like, yeah, we're gonna need like that to bribe people.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine then. Well, I mean, it's not fine, but at least it would at least I know what's up. Okay. Um, the city as a whole might be able to scrounge up that much. I'd have to talk to the mayor. Even if we did, how much would that cut down the time by? Because if it's only gonna move it from like 6 years to five, I'm not entirely sure it would be worthwhile.
Well, it would, like all endeavors, I can't make any promises. Say a few nice things, make sure some people get the right coin in the right pocket, and bureaucracy flows. It could reduce the time to perhaps a few months with a few well placed words and connections, or it could just be wasted if the intrigue falls apart.
Well, I suppose if that's the best idea we have, I will look at my Althil. I mean, I'll go back to the town and make my recommendation.
Martha comes up to you and just, I, I would love to just be able to say that I can put a lot of time into this, but the thing is, I don't fully know how much time I can spend to just continue the fight on this in this way.
What else would you rather be doing?
Well, I have a full-time job within the bureaucracy.
Well, okay, I guess I can't blame you for that. I'm blaming her for that. No, no, I'm not actually. Yeah, how dare you be employed? Anyway, all right, if this seems like the best we can do, which it does in fact, since this is the guy, the Governor Glads was the guy I was supposed to talk to, then I guess I'll go back to Blacksoot and see if the town can scrounge up like 3,000 gold and then maybe come back here to deliver it. That is my plan for the time being.
Understood.
Then again, this seems like a much more or significantly more prosperous community than Blacksoot. Maybe I should stay here. Carthon is thinking, how much would rich people pay to ride Rava? How much could I conceivably make doing that?
Oh my god. That is a good idea though.
That is
Yeah.
a very good idea. You pitch us the glass, and they actually look at you and just like,
Oh my god.
actually, I could I could potentially I could see a lot of nobles in the children really digging something like this.
Out of character, what's Carthon's like annual salary? How much do I make being a farmer?
Uh, I mean, I think being a farmer, you are exposed to just a whole. I mean, the black soot provides a lot of what you need. But like actual payment, you're probably paid like a few silver every week. But you don't have to pay for living expenses. You don't have to pay for food
Got it.
or supply.
Got it. Okay. Well, in that case, offering dinosaur rides, I'm sure would make me more money than that. Okay. All right. That's my plan that took 5 seconds of actual planning.
Uh, you know,
I love that Carthon's first thought is, let me scam some rich people.
it's not a
It's not a
scam.
scam.
It's a hustle. Major difference.
No, it's a scam. It's not like this is a fake dinosaur. They will actually be getting dinosaur rides.
I
It's
think what Blacksoot should do is start selling like baby dinosaurs as teacup dinosaurs, the same way that
Tiger
people
Rap.
do that for like pigs, where like you're telling them that it's always going to stay small and cute, and then eventually it just turns into like it just grows up into this massive fucking dinosaur
I
and
mean,
just massacres.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
we're
yeah,
just like
just sell the
T-Rexes.
microraptors. The microraptors in Blackfoot are basically like pigeons in New York.
Yeah. Hey, these are sacred animals in my culture. We don't just give them out to anybody.
Fair enough.
Fair.
And speaking of that, you. I'm sorry, my thought just immediately went to like a Jurassic Park reference, and I don't know why. Anyway,
I was thinking more Dinotopia, but fair.
Dinotopia, why don't we just make it a Dino Crisis and call it a day? But for those in the chat who remember that game,
I remember that game.
nice.
It, Capcom really needs to. They need to remake that one as well, and make a crossover Resident Evil. That'll be sick.
Fair enough. So, as like you pitch this idea, like Governor Glass is like, ooh, well, if you do want to do a few dino rides, well, if you just go to the main square of Tenderlee, well, there's plenty of people who have coin and need new experiences, and probably, I mean, most people in the rings probably never see a dinosaur.
All right. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. At least it's the best idea I have. Thank you so much, Governor Glads. I have to admit, I'm disappointed we couldn't get more done, but thank you for your time and advice and doing what you can. I really do appreciate it.
Well, I'll be the first one to admit that I'm not perfect. I'm good, but not perfect, and even with all my experiences. Well, let's just say a mango doesn't fall far from the pommel. No, do they not say that phrase in?
I've heard similar phrases, I think. Um,
Uh,
yeah.
Myethel smiles and just puts like a hand to her forehead and just sir, I believe it's mango falling from the pole. It's like, ah, yes, that.
Oh, pole. All right. I was thinking tree. I think they grow on trees. We don't actually have any of those.
Well, you'd be surprised. A lot of fruits that do grow in the first ring. Some of them do grow up in like botanical poles, growing up the shoot, and then the branches branch out. And honestly, it's very efficient.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, we don't really have we don't
That's
actually have much in the way of trees. It's kind of a wasteland. We mostly grow hardy grains, tubers, things of that nature. At least out
well.
of character, that was my headcanon for Black Soot, but that could be wrong.
I
I
d-
mean, I imagine there's some vegetation, just not any
Yeah, just
forest.
not big trees. That's all I'm saying.
Speaking of trees, did this dude just describe artificial trees?
no. They described a way to grow a tree within like a set diameter, and essentially you're minimizing like how much space a tree takes up, but maximizing like food yield.
Okay,
Essentially, imagine like min-maxing botany.
got it. Just for a second, I was thinking like this guy's not beating the idiot allegations.
No, it's weird, and he's not able to describe it very well. But hey, but yeah, Governor Glass nods like it. Governor Glass nods and leads you guys back to the front, and makes a little bit more small talk with you and my Ethel. And my Ethel like nods like, well, I hope your next engagement goes as fruitfully as this. It feels it's not often that you actually stand up and do anything in this line of work, I assume. And Governor Glads like looks at her for a moment, like, you're not wrong, but like sort of just squints at her, and she just smiles like, oh, I'm kidding. Everything you do is important. The conversations you make, the connections you bring, everything's important to what you do, Governor Glass. And he smiles a little bit and, well, yes, everything I do is very important. As well as what you guys are doing right now. So please, make sure you pick up Rava. And like they look over, and you see like that same Goliath servant chilling a little bit in the background, and he just says, "Uh, Arella, please grab the dinosaur." And she smiles and just, already on it, sir. She begins to walk away, and as you head on out to the front door of the Glads Manor, it doesn't take too long before that same Goliath servant comes up, holding the lead of Rava, who seems to be like fighting against it a little bit. Uh, this Goliath actually seems to like have Rava in like a little bit of a head hold as they're leading them out of the garden. And like upon seeing you, Rava relaxes a little, and this Goliath just pats her head a little bit, and like,
Ah,
now are you gonna relax, buddy?
yeah. Thank you for keeping her safe and sound. I go up and pet her to make her feel a little bit more comfortable. Ah, you did so good with people. I'm very proud of you, Rava.
And Rava a little bit, like sort of bunts their head against you a little bit, and just
Unfortunately, you have to do it a couple hundred more times because we need money.
uh, and Arella does like scratch their head a little bit, like, I'm I'm sorry if my behavior in there was a little bit not to your liking. I do like to turn on the charm for the governor, and my elf lord smiles like, oh, of course not. It's just politic. And this Goliath's like, well, I also need to apologize for the mark I made on Rava. She was very insistent of not move from eating the governor's flowers. She might
Well, that
she might
sounds more like a problem for him.
yeah, she might have a taste of dandelions now.
No, that's fine. We actually do have those in Blacksoot. Very hardy little weeds.
Oh, hmm.
They are pretty tasty. Humanoids can eat them too. You can make Ursat's coffee out of them.
I'll have to think about that. Pretty sure they bred out the weed part of the dandelions here in Amir. Just like every other flower. It's like how they made a diet water.
Oh, that sounds like a scam. No offense.
Arella smiles and just, it is. But anyway, I wish you guys the best of luck on your travels. Sorry about your dinosaur.
Oh, it's fine. Thank you for looking after her. I wish you the best of luck as well.
She smiles and walks back up the stairs. And as Myethel begins to as you guys begin to turn away, uh, Myethel looks to you and just that's that's a rough go of it, Carthon. Sorry with all the effort in the world, I we couldn't get a clear path. But hey, at least we got the governor's business card, and she pulls out a slip. I grabbed one for you. And I'm gonna keep one for myself.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Um, I'm not gonna say I don't know if this was successful or not, but hey, at least we have some ideas. We have concepts of a plan.
Yeah, and that's the first part. Step one, planning. Step two, execution. Step three, profit. Now let's get you set up for your Rava Express.
All right, great.
All right.
Out of character, I feel like I feel like I could do that. I already have a saddle and good animal handling. Now I guess I might just need to make signs like, "Hey, come see the dinosaur." I also probably have enough wisdom to know, "Hey, I might need like a permit to do this."
Uh, yeah, you do have enough insight. Myethel can organize if you do want a quick day permit.
Yeah, that's fine. Something tells me I'm not actually gonna be doing this. This doesn't seem like it'll fit with being an adventurer. So my player sense is telling me that it doesn't really matter. But yeah, let's
Uh,
do it anyway.
yeah, we'll say you organize for a permit. Uh, I'm not gonna make you pay for it because I don't think you have a whole lot of cash on you. But
Nope.
my Ethel is more than happy to help you work at least the local bureaucracy to get a quick permit, especially after alignment day. The permit office is pretty slow.
All right, great. Thank you, my Althil. I really appreciate it.
No problem. And as you get your permit together, we're going to head back to Spurbod and Calzias. Calzias, what do you do after cleaning up? What are you doing in the Sailing Serpent to just pass the time waiting for Carthon?
Uh, Still kind of weirded out by that dream, so I'm just gonna try to not get into trouble. Probably just gonna stay within the bar or by that lake behind it. Wait, the lake is behind it, right?
Yes, the lake is right next to it.
And yeah, either yeah, I'm just gonna hang out by the lake, and I don't want to deal with people.
And as you do that, someone comes up to you. D-
Who comes up to me?
You turn your head and you see a tiny dragonborn. Well dressed, but they look to you and just like looked you up and down. Hi there, sir. You
Good morning.
you're real big.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah, you're probably bigger than my dad. He's pretty big.
What you doing out here? Shouldn't you be with your father?
Uh, well, yeah. Well, they're hungover though, and well, they keep on telling us to find something to do.
Right. Big party last night.
Yeah. You see the look on their face. There's like a they don't their eye contact goes away and just they look down and out.
So what's your name, kid?
Uh, chair biter.
Can you spell that, please?
It's
Out of
it
character.
is literally chair biter. Chair plus biter, all one word.
Okay.
Incredible name.
Cal's eyes just kind of gives him a look and raises an eyebrow ridge. Is it really?
Yeah. They actually pull out an ID, and it literally it has them it has like a surprised look on their face like on the ID photo. It is a like an underage license to signal that do not serve this child alcohol. And and legally their name is Chairbiter.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm sure your parents had a story with why you were named that.
Yeah. Apparently my first the first time I uh and they look back and you see from the doorway you see another dragonborn and like as soon as they look this Chairbiter looks back, this other dragonborn like gives him a thumbs up and like nods. And Chairbiter looks back to you and apparently my first time I broke out my crib. I ate an entire I chewed up an entire leg of a chair.
What color scales does this kid have?
You look at them. They are. Of course, I look at my notes and I don't have this down. Executive decision. We are gonna say copper.
Give me a copper. That's acid, right?
Yep, acid.
All right. Well, I suppose it could have been worse. You could have spat up acid the first time and melted something.
Well, uh, yeah. They blink it.
So that other, sorry, go ahead.
No, you can go.
So if he doesn't say anything, I'll just ask. So that other kid back there, he your brother, your sister?
Yeah. That's my sister. And like as like they turn around and like look at them, the other one comes on up and a little bit of purpose. They look like a preteen. Like now was that so hard, Chairbiter? And like as soon as she approaches, like you just see him like chin down, shoulders up, and like sort of like goes right behind him, right behind her, and like, Oh, it, 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 it was really hard. It was really hard, and just starts like to grab like at her clothes and like, there. Listen, not every single big person with horns and sharp teeth, they're not going to hurt you. You just spoke to this man for 10 minutes, and did they threaten you a single time? No. The other Dragonborn looks at you and just like, I'm sorry, sir. This is my brother Chairbiter. Uh, he's been a little bit of a, like, just like looks down, and smiles, and like, well, I don't think it's kind to say around strangers, but he's been a little bit antisocial lately. Thank you for not saying anything mean to him.
No problem. Hey, kid, if somebody big and mean looking ever does try to hurt you, you got some pretty sharp teeth yourself. Remember that.
Uh, they look at you. What is your passive perception, if you don't mind me asking?
Give me a sec. I should know this.
'You're cool.
13.
13. I'm willing to say, like, as you were talking, their teeth aren't actually sharpened. They've actually been filed down.
Okay.
Especially with Chairbiter.
And if not that, every Dragonborn has a built-in defense system. Just be careful with yours. Acid is pretty serious stuff.
Yeah. Acid is a very serious substance. Looks at camera. And they walk on. They give you a little bit of a bow and head on out.
Alright, I just watch them, see if they go back inside the bar. And once they're out of eyesight, I just turn back to the lake. Ugh, what's taking them so long?
Spurbod.
Feels like it's been an
Sorry.
entire week.
I
Just
feel like it's actually been 2 weeks.
uh just 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 the Persona 5 skipping like an entire month on the calendar.
Oh, absolutely.
Skyrim wait function where you can just like stand still for days on end.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And speaking of waiting, Spurbod, what are you doing? What after Sergeant Sinbad's uh little bit?
So after I think after I get the debriefing from Sinbad, I think I'm gonna go. Honestly, probably drink.
Uh, you begin. You head up to car, and they smile and like, usual tab, usual drinks.
You know me too well.
Aye, aye, sir. And almost on cue, Rodgell walks like right next to your stool as you jump on up. and they do a slight salute. Sir, what do you want me to do while you recuperate?
Why don't you join me for a spell? I I know you can't have alcohol quite yet, but let's just talk for a bit.
Uh, sure. Out of character question: is this your first time having Bradgell join you for a drink, or has this happened before?
This probably is the first time. I've as much as I've been like growing to view him as a protege, I've still been trying to keep that sort of separation. But especially if I'm going to be bringing him along in the future on other missions, I think Splurbod would be starting to open up. Yes, like less of a protege and more of like, God, subordinate feels like the wrong word, but that is kind of
They,
someone who's like in the company. Uh
so like a squire.
like a squire. That's a word.
And like Bradgell like looks to you and looks at Carr, and like Carr just speaks simply. Don't worry, I can make a virgin mimosa. You won't be drinking alone. Just smiles and begins to shake the drink, and just Redgeld comes on up and just like puts their hands on the bar and like slaps it a little bit and like, hmm, this is and like they sort of like lean into the wood like some sort of like TV show, like start like, hey, like body towards the front door, and like he's like begins to slouch a little bit too far and like slips a little bit and like, okay, net, that's not a comfortable position. Okay, okay. Hmm. And then like he begins to like mimic your sitting position. Hmm. Fun. Hmm.
Am I back? Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Internet dropped out right when you started to say whatever Kerr was saying.
Kerr just said, "Hey, I'll make a virgin mimosa," and Rodgell spent like a minute or two trying to find a comfortable position on the bar stool, and then just ultimately settled to just copy your position as as the drinks are being made.
Yeah, these things aren't the most comfortable, but you get used to it.
They say as they have no feeling at all in their lower back.
Hey, quiet from over there.
What, have you been putting off your spinal surgery again?
No, I just got slammed into the ground by that dragonborn sitting over by the lake.
Ah, fair enough. And eventually Carr brings you both your drinks, a virgin mimosa for Rodgell, and I imagine you're a gin and tonic sort of individual, or what does Carr bring you, Spurbud?
Uh oh fuck. A I had a specific spirit in mind, but I'm not remembering the name of it. Oh.
Damn.
Fair enough. You get drink it number 22, whatever drink that is. And it tastes good. And
Sure you'll remember it eventually.
Rodgell like
True.
takes a sip of their fancy orange juice and just this huh this tastes just like sparkling water, but with like juice. And Carjuggle's like, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Funny thing about that, most things taste like what they are. And he like slaps his knee at how funny he just was.
And like Rodgell chuckles a little bit. And Carr looks at you. They laugh, but they don't do the gesture of laughing. It's almost like they're doing a laugh track for you as they clean off some glasses.
Ah, Bim,
Y- y-
every time I see every time I see you in the field, it's getting clearer and clearer that young as you are, uh, you're going places. I can see it. You've got that. Not only do you have the skill, but you've got the drive in you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Now, I've got I've got a bit of a confession to make. I'm not exactly as retired as I've made out.
Uh, what do you mean? Are you talking about your? I imagine you've mentioned that you've. I'm pretty sure you've mentioned to Beam that you were in the military, correct?
Yes, I would have.
Yeah, they look at you like, oh, are you talking about your time in the military or some of the other rumors?
Talking about my time in the wait, what rumors?
The rumors that you've eaten kids and your as a being time as being a hitman. I've also heard I've heard some adults speak that maybe you were in some B movies as like just generic goon number five, and also also heard a really weird rumor that you were a sign maker.
A a sign maker. Now, uh,
Splurbod
good.
was in B movie. That's incredible.
You like frogs?
You like frog? I've heard the kids one, but
They were the understudy for the Black Lagoon monster.
oh, so true, so true. Uh,
And like they explain that and like look at you like I just wanted to make sure, sir.
So just to clear things up, none of those are true. The sign maker one is incredibly funny to me. Uh, and the kid one might be a little bit my fault. I never thought it would grow into being like a full blown rumor. Uh, that's something that I told a parent one time when they were making a ruckus in my class. And anyways, no. I'm talking about my time in the military. While officially I'm off the books. But
And as you are saying this, the door busts open, and a exasperated, uh, they look human, but they dress very plainly. Everyone, the, 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 there's a group of, there's a military detachment killing people in Tenderlee. Multiple casualties. We need to get out of here right now. And like they begin to like walk to like some person. We need to. You guys need to run. This. Oh God. Oh God.
Krur, gather up all the patrons you can and get them out of here. Get out on the boats if you can. Dragon. And I'm gonna look over at where Calzias is.
Just to keep this moving, I'll say at this point, I came in from the other back door than where this dude busted in from the front.
Yeah, sure.
I was just assuming that like I kind of thought that like the docks might be like an open thing and I could just see you.
Yeah, it is an open thing, especially in the morning.
Okay. You, Dragon.
Yeah.
How do you feel about
Everything
saving
all right?
lives?
What are you talking about?
There's a
And why does everybody look panicked all of a sudden?
there's a fight that's broken out. Military personnel are killing people. I'm gonna go see what I can do to stop them. You're a good fighter. Would you like to come with?
Yeah, just to make sure my cousin doesn't get involved in any of this.
Bim, same offer. If you don't think you're ready, you don't have to go, and I won't think any less of you.
Beam takes a moment to think and just, sir, you just said I'm made of the right stuff. And I think I'm ready. I think I can do this.
Clasp clasp a hand on his shoulder. Good man.
And Beam finishes their mimosa as quickly as they can, but they spit take. Like, okay, that's that. Don't, ew. And just honestly not very graceful. But they put the drink down and Carr like begins to like yell out like, "Okay, everyone, get everyone from the upper floors. We need to get out on to the boats and to get into an open area. If there is some sort of attack, we are stronger in numbers. We do have a small arsenal of blades and daggers. We'll be giving it to the strongest, and like they begin to organ. Car begins to organize, almost like it's in their programming. The people of the Sailing Serpent, as you guys begin to mobilize and organize,
Perfect timing.
and as if right on cue.
On cue.
Hello, dragon.
Hello.
You really came in right at the perfect moment.
I literally ran in the door, dropped my bag on the bed, and handed my wife my meat chub, and came running in, sat down at the desk.
uh, I'm I'm sorry, meat chubs.
Yeah, hamburger. What?
Sorry,
I see nothing wrong here.
sorry. Just a little, just a little bit tired. I just needed a moment to think about that a little bit. Anyway, Rami, you get to Tenderlee. Uh, at about like you're looking for someone, and you get to like the familiar hustle and bustle, and walking through the streets, you just begin to feel something crawl up your back,
Oh, that's not fun.
like up your spine.
Like itty bitty snowmen.
No, if it's almost like it's like how your body like braces, like if you were like falling. You probably had some training with free fall, especially with your diving experience. But but you're not.
My
You're
hand immediately grabs my dagger as I immediately start looking around, seeing what's causing this feeling.
and as you are feeling this, Carthon on the main streets of Tenderlee, you have given your third ride with Rava.
Oh, nice. How much money have I made?
We'll say for the sake of this, this has already paid off the permit.
Oh, okay. All right.
But like, you have like a small line of individuals, like a very ramshackle sign to say like, "Hey, Rava Express" or whatever you wish to put on there, as
Got it.
and
Oh,
and Myelthel comes on up. Congratulations, you're now a businessman.
yeah, feels good. I don't. So that the for the first little bit of money I got doesn't count since it was to pay off the permit. But hopefully within a few weeks, months, I can raise 3,000 gold pieces. I don't know how realistic that is, but well, it seems like people are interested, and I'm charging X amount of money for rides.
Fair enough. Well, then consider this your second investment, and she hands you over a latte.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks a latte.
Out of character, I've probably had coffee before. I've had dandelion coffee as established. Yeah, I drink it.
It's
I don't.
nice. It feels good.
Nice. I'll take your word for it because Mark doesn't drink coffee.
It's a latte. It's probably sweet as hell.
Oh, it's
Got it.
extremely sweet. And as you take the latte, you both begin to hear screaming as you as you see like the attention like of some of the individuals in front of you begin to shift as what
I don't I don't know what's going on, but Carthon is a soldier and he's going into crisis mode. But if you have more scene to lay out, please do that.
yeah, you begin to hear some screaming, and as you guys don't mind me shifting scenes,
Are we getting a battle map?
you see an individual.
Oh, oh yeah, battle map time.
You see an individual coming out from a restaurant.
Ah, Kobold Cola. That's awesome.
Uh, the, it's almost like I grabbed this from somewhere and made it look
That's
real
adorable.
nice.
Weird stuff on the left there.
You can eat dogs?
Just hot dogs.
Jeez, all right. Oh, okay.
Peppa Poodles.
Something
He wants
topical.
the
That's all I'm
remix
gonna
of
say.
what something somebody said.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut up about that now.
If you guys don't mind me putting some details down real quick, you see coming out. You see a well-armed individual covered in like heavy chainmail, sword in hand, shield in the other, and they're being dragged out by two like plainclothes civilians, like holding down their arms, and all three of them are have like some sort of blood splatter on them. And this heavily armored individual being just dragged out, and people running out of the cafe from behind, people like just screaming and yelling. This individual is just like, why? There's no point. There's no point. And just throws one of the people restraining him, the one with the sword hand, and just stabs them in the chest. And the other one that was trying to hold down like the shield, they immediately let go and like push them away. And the civilians all around just begin to scream.
All right. So to recap, it sounds like two guys are ganging up on a different guy.
Well, they were, but then dude broke free
Got
And
it.
killed one of them.
and killed one of them, and now people are screaming and panicking. This
Got it.
this heavily armored individual, they wear the uniform of the Aenean military almost proudly.
All right. Well, I don't know which one of these is the good guy and which side are the bad guys, if any. But I am going to, if anyone's on Rava, I'm going to get them off as quickly as I can. Hop on Rava myself and say, everybody, get out of here. Uh, get as far away as you can. Don't look back. And I'm going to ride over to the general chaos to see if there's anything I can do.
Got it. And Ref Harami, you're also able to see this as you just see chaos beginning to unfold. And at this point, I think we are going to begin our first combat of this campaign.
Hell yeah.
Yes, I've been waiting for this.
Are you ready?
All right.
Probably.
In that case, I will roll initiative.
Yeah, please roll initiative for me.
Go start
Uh,
combat.
I forget. Does Rava have a separate initiative, or do we share an initiative?
I'm going to say while you're riding Rava, you guys both act on the same initiative.
Got it. I've never used a mount before. All right, let's roll.
As a note, whenever you roll initiative, once again in A5e, you can roll initiative using the skill you think is most relevant.
Got it.
So,
I'm looking at the combat. I don't see Carthon in there. You might be adding him right now, though.
if you go to your character sheet and you see that dice below initiative,
Um, yeah,
if you roll
I see.
that, you will automatically be added to initiative.
Got it. I feel like I should just use dexterity since that's my highest skill and also the default skill anyway. Do you have any modifiers to this or not?
No, but if you want to use your animal handling skill instead of just none, I would allow that.
All right, great. Was that a net 20 or did somebody else roll that?
Somebody else rolled that.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll roll.
Rip.
All right.
Um, seeing this guy get stabbed, and knowing that they're definitely in danger, could I use my medicine skill check to rush to their aid?
If yeah, I think it'd be reasonable to roll for medicine if that's what if you're thinking about like protective instincts. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, right.
All right. So first, upon seeing the screaming and the chaos, there is some basic guards. They do not have any symbols. I apologize, but they are going. But this guy is going to run on up. Seeing the situation is like, hey, what in the? And they're going to immediately just come on up. And I think they're just gonna take a quick old chuck at this guy, throwing a spear. I do believe a 17 would hit, dealing it 3 points of damage. And just chucking at this guy, and just cleaving just barely right through their armor. And they just can scream a little bit and look to this guy and like, I don't, I don't know why you're fighting. We're all already dead. We're all already dead. And as they finish their turn, this dude is going to come on up, and they are going to make 2 strikes against this guard. All right, that is a hit for the first one, but the second one is a clear miss. As they strike twice. And this dude's already looking a little bit rough. Next one up, Referami.
Do I recognize him?
No, you do not.
Okay. I think it might have been somebody from my dream, bro, seeing everybody running around. Or the
No.
vision, I mean.
Uh,
Or being in the military that I might have seen him around.
no.
Okay.
Look,
Um.
if you want to attempt a history check, you can try, but you don't immediately recognize him.
Okay. I think. Uh, the game is paused, so I
Oh,
cannot
sorry.
move. Thank you.
That is probably an issue.
A little one, easily solved. I will run up to him. I will yell at him to calm down and be like, hey, easy there, easy. What's this all about? That's enough of that. And attempt to intimidate him into standing down.
All right. Roll your intimidation, Mr. Scary Giant Man.
Authority specialty.
I think this would fall under authority. Yeah.
Okay.
Sigma authority.
That's gonna be 21.
They pause a little as you approach, and seem like you walk on up with your own authority, and just this individual looks to you and just, Sir, you should know what's going on. What's the point? What's the fucking point? Uh, as you look
Mhm.
past this individual, you see a gruesome sight inside this restaurant. There is probably about 12 casualties. Most of them are not moving.
Soldier, this is not how you behave. Disrespecting the uniform and yourself by acting this way. Now calm down. We can figure this out.
Uh, they begin to like get extremely emotional, and they start to cry a little bit. That is your action. You've broken this man even further. Uh, do do you wish to use your bonus action or any more of your
I
movement?
do. Um, I will drop a shield of faith onto the wounded guardsman next to me.
Got it. All right, they have been yeah, target them with shield of faith. Roll for it, and they should get the effects. All right. After that, Carthon, you are seeing people converge on the current situation as you're riding on Rava upon, and you just see general chaos. What do you do?
Well, I'm still not sure who the bad guy is. I saw this guy come out, but I've not seen what's inside the cafe. Um, so I'm preparing for battle, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. So I believe equipping a shield takes an action, and I wouldn't have already had it out. So as I'm riding, I'm hurriedly reaching into my pack and equipping my shield. Slide that onto my arm. And I guess just continue riding forward until I get to the scene, which I probably have enough movement to do, and then just ask, what the hell is happening? Yep, Rava has enough movement to make it. Let's
Uh,
have her go there.
and if you want to move yourself upon there.
There we go.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah. This uh dragonborn that you've seen in your dream rides on up to you with the same dragonborn or that same dinosaur you saw in your dreams, Referami, saying, "What the hell
And
is going on here?"
yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. I don't really well, equipping the shield was already in action, and I don't really think that I necessarily want to make an action anyway. I just if anybody else is attacking though, or if a general fight breaks out even more than this, then yeah. But again, I still don't really know who's the good guy here, if any. But yeah, that's my
Uh,
turn.
if I may, as they come up when I recognize them, and they ask that, I'm going to say there's injured inside, possibly dead. We need to help these people.
Oh gods. Oh, I'm so sorry. But that's all Carthon's gonna say. I don't have any healing proficiencies. And if I saw you cast that spell, which I don't know, I likely did then, I don't know. I would figure you're more qualified for that anyway. But yeah.
All right. And as you be as you are informed of this situation, this guard right here, the bottom left, they move forward to try to like help out in this situation, and they are immediately shot in the back with 2 arrows.
Oh no.
And they just fall to the ground. And that's their
Oh
turn.
shit.
I
Well,
noticed
that's a
nobody even
heck of a
rolled an
charge.
attack against them, so it's not great.
It's called the plot. Uh,
Called okay.
got shot by the plot. This guard is going to. They're going to attempt a disarm because, of course, their job is to try to subdue this individual. So they're going to make. They are going to attempt to do great things.
I have all the faith in the world.
That is a natural
Cool.
20.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That is really good.
I'm Helperding.
You know what? No name guard just grabs this dude by the shoulder and just arm to like the back of their neck. Like in this moment, like you gave them the chance to do this, and they just slam this individual like onto the table, and they just begin to arrest this individual, like arms behind back, and like Jesus, what are you, you fucking monster? And just like this dude keeps on yelling like, there's no point, there's no point, there's what are we supposed to do? There's no point, and just keeps on repeating that as this guard like begins to like apprehend them. You, Referami Carthon, as like you look around and particularly towards this guard that died, you see about three more similar, like similarly dressed, like military personnel with the light crossbows, just walking up.
When you say similarly dressed, do you mean similarly dressed to the guard who is now being detained?
To the that's military personnel. The person.
Okay.
So the hooded guards here.
Yeah, we'll say they're hooded guards. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Okay. All right.
And they are just going to begin to rocking on up as I try to put together some. Sorry, this is taking a second.
That's okay. It's a lukewarm second, not a hot one, so we're good.
True.
But yeah, you see three assholes that begin to come on up. We'll take this dead guy out to alleviate confusion. And they are just coming, rocking up as a squad, and they are shooting at civilians.
Oh, well, now I know who the bad guys are at least.
This guard is going to like see the situation and just say, "Fuck." Are you guys adventurers?
Uh, no, but I do have combat experience, and I'm on it.
Good. We need. We're gonna need you to help out with this. Thank you for the blessings, sir. Give me a second. I'm going to escort this individual into the into the cafe to be properly detained.
When you do
Barricade the
that,
door until you get in there.
or get more help. I don't know where your guardhouse is, but we're gonna need all the help we can get.
Sir, you're going to need my help right now, and they're going to begin escorting them off. Uh, I'm going to temporarily remove these guys from the battlefield.
Got it. All right.
However, these guys are going to join on into the current combat. And
You know, they're all labeled as Hooded Guard 1.
yes, my general experience with Forge comes into play. Uh, this one is going to run on up, and there's just a coldness in their eyes as they come on up to strike Rava.
Oh no! Wait! Don't roll yet because as I have the looking at stuff. I have the Mounted Warrior feat, which means that when your mount is targeted by an attack, you can make the attacks target you instead. It doesn't say that that's a reaction or anything, so seemingly I can do it unlimited times. So I'd like to do that since I have significantly higher AC.
Alright, they're gonna run on up, pull out their spear to stab.
Very rude of them.
Yeah, it's pretty rude to do murder. That is a miss against Carthon.
Yep, yeah, I got a 17 AC. Thank goodness, my shield actually mattered here.
Yeah, no, that was 10 points of potential damage. I'm sorry, no,
Shields
2,
are
2 points of
utterly
damage.
useless until they work.
Listen, they block 100% of attacks 80% of the time. Sorry, 40% of the time. Sorry, 6% of the time. Tactics.
All right, I lean down and intercept the attack.
And this individual gives you like a raised eyebrow of just like, wait, hold up, this dude can actually do things? It's almost like they didn't expect you to actually be competent despite your armor and weapons.
Well, I actually don't have any armor. I got natural armor.
Well,
So yeah, my only armor is my shield.
honestly, that lends more to it than that.
Yep.
The other guard,
Dragonborn natural armor, baby. Actually, no, I don't get it from being a Dragonborn. I get it from the Juggernaut feature of Dino Rider.
then yeah, this individual is going to rock on up, and the one that just attacks is like, this one's actually knows how to put up a fight. And the other one just shooting is like, already on it. They are going to pew. That is going to be a miss. It just goes right by you.
All right, I dodge out of the way. That one actually would have missed Rava, so that's nice.
And they reload and back the fuck up. After that, the guard with an icon is currently being apprehended. Referami, you see Carthon and their dinosaur like turn towards like behind them, and you just see a bolt get launched past them. Seems like the other side of the situation is currently an active situation or active combat.
So the one that was escorting is getting shot at also.
No,
I'm gonna-
the guard and the first attacker they have gone into the cafe.
Okay.
So
Wait, where does that shot come from then? And at who?
the other side, like it was at this dragonborn in front of you, but it went right past him.
Oh, okay, gotcha. It's from the other guys that are rocking up.
Yep,
Okay. Sorry, I misunderstood. That's why I was double checking.
you're good.
All right.
It's late on a Saturday.
What is
Crazy things
going
happen.
on? All right. You look like you're good up there. We need to stop these people. I think I'm actually gonna run around to here, pulling out my weapon, and I'm gonna, with all the authority that I can muster, I'm gonna be yelling at them as well. I'll be like, "What is going on here? What's wrong with you people? You are guards. You're supposed to be protecting people, not killing them." And I'm gonna hit them with the big bunk.
Bonk time.
Roll for Mega Bonk.
Roll for the bonkage.
Oof.
Yeah, that is in fact an UFA.
That's a nega bunk.
And as the bonk hits the ground, this dude with the spear just backs up a little bit. And I'm honestly gonna say, given that you're both, I'm gonna consider both of you technically martial characters. This dude backs up and like stumbles a little bit. They're they're not trained. Despite wearing full military regalia, they're not.
So they're scrubs.
Here, the actually, I'll leave that for another conversation. But this dude just does not seem to be, what's it called? They don't have like combat footwork down.
Are
They got
are
that
they
riz.
Are they proficient? Yeah, I guess I might not know if they're proficient in their stuff or not.
Probably not. You might have to take a moment to figure that part out.
Okay.
Do we
How?
see any insignias on them as I'm running up?
No, they are clearly dressed as military personnel. And this guard is going to like look over, and he's going to like just say, "Hey, nice dodge. Now get a load of this." And seeing that shooting the Dino Rider is not going well, I apologize. Wrong website.
Wrong lever crunk.
We aspire to be your level of enthusiasm, Dragon.
I gotta make up for lost time.
True.
Fair enough. I believe it. Yeah, it says 12 misses. You.
That
Yeah,
most
he's got
definitely
18
does.
AC.
Yeah, and like goes right by you.
I'm glad we have like the two highest AC characters here for this. Actually, I think Explorebot also has like an 18 AC.
Oops, all military. And as this dude sends out to their shot, the guard runs on out, and he's just yelling, I'm here ready to help. Tell me." And like as they run on out, they just look at you guys and like, what is going on?
All three of these guys just attacked us. No reason. I'm not sure they're trained. We're
What?
gonna have to fight.
From the sound of it, they've been attacking civilians on their way here.
And
Cannot
thankfully, they all
stand.
can't aim worth shit.
I'll look over at the one that shot me and just wink at him.
Bruh.
Oh
Truly the best timeline for these fools.
Not for much longer.
As this guard runs out, and they are going to just quite simply, "You coward! What have you done?" And they are going to attack with. Oh, that was close.
Nobody can hit today, it looks like.
Man, once you have a G in your name, you're just absolutely fucked.
So true.
Wait a minute. I have a G in my name.
Although,
Does your character have a G in their name?
Referami Grolage.
Anyway,
That's your last name. It don't count.
Oh,
Paul, I think you skipped my turn.
I think I did. So Carthon, go for it.
All right, I'm gonna attack the guy right in front of me. Well, actually, first I gotta look at my stuff. What do I got? What do I got? This should not take too long. I got 3 maneuvers. I'm going to use one of them.
Our first maneuver of the campaign.
Yeah. Hey, Referami, do you use a shield?
no.
No. Okay, then I'm not going to use shield wall. In that case, I'm going to use Legion stance. That is a bonus action. So you strike your foes in such a way as to leave an opening for your allies to follow up on. When you score a critical hit against a creature, an ally within the same reach of it can use the reaction to make an opportunity attack. So this only matters if I actually get a crit on this guy, but this could happen. I'm gonna move over and make my attack. How do I do that?
I will really quickly as you scooch in combat, tell you to stay close. Let's take them down.
If you
Uh,
put your mouse over it and press T, you target them,
T,
Go.
got it.
and
And
then once you, I believe you still have to, you still do have to hit. So if you go to your weapon of choice, roll
I have to go in there. Okay, thank you.
first combat.
Um, uh, configuration, nope. Not had to do an attack before. Toggle combat state, no. Do I have to go in
The
the
icon on the left of
Oh,
whatever it
toggle
is you're
combat
using.
state takes
Oh,
me out of combat. There we go. Okay, now let's roll initiative. Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
It's all right.
you're good. Yeah, we're learning.
Okay, I did it. Unfortunately, I accidentally took myself out of initiative order, so we can mentally say that I have a 9 since that's what I do have. Um, damage rolls mounted. Yeah, okay, let's roll the hit.
Wow, I just forced you to roll again, and you still rolled a 9.
I rolled a 6. I don't think that hits. Or wait, no, I rolled a 9 and then a 6. I don't know why it rolled twice. I didn't press it twice. Okay, well, regardless, I miss.
Fair enough. You swing for it, and it swings wide. Even with the Rava's assistance, this dude is still able to dodge out of the way.
Got it. All right.
And did you still want to go into Legion stance?
Oh, yeah, I'm still doing that. I did that beforehand.
If you target yourself and then click on Legion stance, I think it will still give you the benefits of it. Like
All right.
it'll make a note of it.
Got it. I'll play with that. But everybody else can go on right now because that was my turn.
Got it. Hood guard number 1. Uh, honestly, a little bit insulted by what you said about them. I was gonna make an attack against you, Carthon.
It's fine. I'm intercepting the attack or attempting to. Oh, that actually does hit. Very nice. Oh, but it only does
Um,
1 damage. I'm okay. I'll
Seeing as
note that.
how he
Wow.
macked an ally next to me, I will activate my boon as a protector and use my reaction to melee attack back.
Got it.
Nice.
Uh,
I am the one who bonks.
There we go.
as they like barely stab Carthon, and is like, "Yes, I finally." You just come in with your blade and get this. Or I'm sorry, with your mace, and you get this guy, and he just screams out.
Oh my god.
and and as they just don't look the happiest, this guy is going to be like, "Hey, what did you? No," and just is going to take a shot at you. I believe that's going to be a hit, Referami.
That will hit.
Now it's the turn we're hitting.
Now it's the turn that everyone hits. You get a hit.
Yeah.
You get a hit. Everyone gets a hit.
It was just warm ups, that's what it was. We're stretching, doing our lunges.
Yeah. And as this is going on, you feel a sharp pain in your through your armor, Referami, and it is. I mean, you're familiar with pain, but ow, damn it. After that, this guard is still being is still restrained. Referami, your go.
You all should quit while you're ahead. Your threads are about to be cut free of the loom. And I will bonk again.
What do you mean, big man? And you swing batter.
Hit him.
Get him.
Ugh.
You.
Ooh.
A swing and a miss as they dodge out of the way. It's like, well, what do you mean the loom? And like they sort of like this dude like looks to like another person. It's like, yo, this guy's a little bit crazy.
We're all part of the weave. The life weave. You will not be for much longer.
Man, that is a really raw line to give to your first combat.
Yeah. That's
And
that's honestly very, very intimidating. I like it.
I will step there and
That goes up there with God has mercy. I don't.
Is that your move, Raf?
see. Double checking something. Yeah, I think that's gonna end my turn.
Gotcha.
I will shout at the other guard to stay close by as well.
Uh,
Kind of gesturing over to that spot near me.
as you say that, like, of course, and they get impaled
Oh,
and they fall to the ground. They are not dead, but they are currently dying. As like this individual's like, yeah, you, you fool, you shouldn't come up here to me. And like this dude does like a little bit of like an immature like victory like bob. It's like these people are dressed like military personnel, but they are not acting that way at all.
quick question.
Yes?
Was that including the Shield of Faith bonus on its AC?
Oh
Plus
shoot.
2?
Oh, hold up. Hold up.
Rewrite. Good
Oh,
thinking.
shit.
Yeah, no, that actually, I believe that does
That
make the
life thread
difference.
just got wound right back up into that spool. We ain't done yet.
We rewind in this. We go from Final Fantasy VII victory pose to round number 3 as your Shield of Faith blocks the bless or blocks the attack, and this guard looks at this dude and just, I don't know who you are, but this is my village, and you're gonna stand the fuck down. After that, Carthon.
All right, I'm gonna roll to hit this same guy again. Let us see what it ends. Is that a natural one?
That is a natural one.
Oh.
All right. Okay, I missed. That's all.
Wait a
That
second.
is unfortunate.
Yep.
As the battle rages on, that is a natural 20.
Oh, I'm glad this NPC is doing really well.
That is a, yeah, no, rolled max damage. Literally dodges out of the way, counter strikes you with a sonic thrust, and
Nice.
like stabs right through the heart. Blood splatters, and they dissolve in the mist, including all the blood that's
Uh,
spilled.
that's concerning.
Uh, Real quick, DM. I did roll a nat 1 with my mace hit earlier, if you'll remember. So,
Oh yeah,
my
critical fun.
destiny feature has kicked in.
Oh, oh, nice,
I now have inspiration.
nice.
Oh, interesting. Oh, that's cool. I don't think a natural one does anything for me. Neat.
Question: are you guys prompted to roll for critical fumbles for attacks or no?
I
No.
was not in my case.
Got it. Cool.
Same here.
Got it. Then it's probably more for skills because critical fumbles are rough, buddy.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
anyway, this guard did like is like, what 4D sorcery is this? And then they're gonna follow your orders and stick with you. Next up, dude is like, shoot, you, you, rude. They're gonna walk away from you, Carthon. Do you wish to make an opportunity attack?
I will. By the way, I just realized something. Not that it would have affected my previous rolls. So the mounted combatant fighting style gives me an expertise die on attacks against non-mounted creatures that are medium or smaller. So I have an extra D4 against these guys. I totally forgot about that. But again, it wouldn't have mattered before. But yeah, let us try to attack. Um, all
Get him.
right, here we go. There's my thing. All right. Inventory. Okay, there we go. Yep. Mr. D4.
There we go.
Okay, okay, 19 hits.
Yeah, and like as you go on by, you slash at this guy's back, a big old gash, a splatter of blood that is immediately dissipated as the body just disappears.
Okay, interesting. Well, I don't really feel bad about killing these guys since it doesn't seem like they're not real. But yeah, that is. I guess it wasn't even my turn to begin with. So yeah.
Yep. And then this guy, seeing all their buddies go, they're gonna turn around and they're just gonna look at this and like, I'm. You guys are pretty good at this. I'm not dealing with this. And they walk away. They are not even bothered by this, like the situation. As this, and as I'm gonna give you guys all a chance to do something about this individual if you wish. Referami, do you want to do something?
Yeah, I'm gonna run after him.
Got it.
Uh, as long as as long as I can see them within 60 feet of me.
Yeah, you just want to bum rush them.
Yeah, I'll move my max movement. Not double, just max movement. So I'm not sure exactly how far, if they were at the edge or if they were off the edge here, but I
Oh
will run
no,
my full 30 towards them.
got it. Move your full 30. They are right where they are at the very bottom of the screen.
Copy that. And then
That's a lot of movement they just had.
they were here. That's 30.
No, the enemy.
Oh,
Oh, they were already at range.
Okay.
yeah. Um, and then I will. Which one? Which one?
Decisions,
As
decisions.
I said, you will not be continuing in the Great Weave. Your thread will be ended, and I will launch a little dollop of holy flame at them.
I
Dex save.
a natural 20.
Wow.
They just immediately dodge out of the way and like, "Look, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm definitely part of this weave. I'm bobbing and weaving, don't you know?"
Um, and I will use my. Damn, can't use my bonus action for that. Okay,
There,
that is unfortunately going to be it for me.
got it. Carthon.
All right. Um, I'd like to use a free action to drop my saber, and then getting an item out a bonus action. I forget.
Pretty sure there's item interactions in this system as well.
Yeah, item
What are
interaction.
you? What are you getting
Um,
out?
I'm getting up my bow and arrow because I don't have the range to get
Yeah,
um
that's
to
just
get
part of
down
your
here.
attack then. So you can draw a weapon for free during your attack, as long
Really,
as you
I
don't have
didn't
a
know
weapon
that.
in your hand.
In this case, I can use the longbow even though I have the shield because the shield it's a light shield with the hands-free attachment, so I'm pretty sure I can do this.
Yeah,
Also like a
I believe
buckler.
it.
Yeah. So yeah, longbow using arrows. Yeah, 150-foot range, and I have a clear line of sight, so that should not be a problem. Um, Still get the advantage. Or
Twang.
rather, the expertise. Roll. Does a 22 hit?
22 does hit, and
All right,
uh,
10
as
damage.
as a note, please press T on them so you know the target.
I'm sorry. All right, I'll do that in the future.
You're good. And this dude takes 10 points of twang damage. And for the sake of this, we're gonna say that's enough. As you just shoot this guy, as like he just bobs out of the way of the flame, and then like as they're like goading you, Referami, they take a shot right to the chest. The momentum takes them off their feet as they also disappear in the mist.
All right,
Dunk on 'em.
I'll mark down that I have one fewer arrow. Uh, it actually went pretty well, all things considered. You know, besides the dead
Um,
civilians. I'm saying this out of character.
do you have arrows selected on your longbow?
Yeah, I do. It actually, yeah, it automatically went down. Nice.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. Got 20 of them, or rather, now I have 19.
Gotcha.
All right.
And as you clear up those weird individuals who dressed like a military personnel but acted with just the casualness of a thug. Where are you guys heading after as the chaos is still going? People are running around and bobbing and weaving through alleyways and screaming, and chaos is beginning to take hold here in Tenderlee.
Hmm. Well, the first thing I'm gonna do is grab my saber from the ground, and then I'm gonna go over to the to the guard and say, "Okay, do you know what's happening? Any idea at all? Who are these guys? Why are they disappearing?
Sir,
Anything?"
sir, if I knew that, I would definitely tell you. I just heard screaming. I came around the corner, and now this has all happened.
Hmm. I wonder if that other guard has something to do with it. Either way, I guess we don't really have time to argue about this. Do I recognize Referami from my dream?
Uh, I'm gonna say like there is a weird like familiarity to Referami. It's like you don't recognize him as an individual that you've met in the past. They poke the back of your mind for some reason.
Got it. Well, I'm sorry, I don't even know your name. I'm talking to Referami at this point. But it seems like it seems like you know how to fight. I know how to fight. maybe we should just go around and like just dispatch any one of these other guys we see like this. Then again, if they're not real, there might be an infinite number of them, and this is not good. Uh, but
I agree. It is not, and
either that or get as many people out of town as possible.
that's probably the proper course of action. I feel that you and I have much to discuss once we have a free moment. I'll turn to the guard that was on our side, and I'll clap him on the shoulder and be like, "You did well. You protected the innocent. Good job. We need to take a look at the people inside, make sure they're okay." And I'll reach over to my side and just yank out that arrow or bolt where it was that I got hit with, drop it to the ground. Come, let's go take a look and make sure everybody's fine. Yeah, we should probably try to get people out of here. Doesn't seem to be safe in crowded areas. We need to get them out and away from others, somewhere safe. Do either of you know anywhere safe?
I've never been to this town before in my life, before yesterday.
There's plenty of safe spaces around Tenderlee. I'm gonna get some medical aid for myself, and then I'm going to reunite with other guards. Thank you so much.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Thank
Well,
you.
And
Be well.
they nod, like they grab you on the shoulder as well before they leave Referami, and just, I don't know who you are, but you got the honor of a warrior and the abilities of an action star.
May
And
your
just,
thread weave well in the life left.
and just like taps you on the shoulder and runs off.
wait. I'm gonna ask him for his name before he goes, in case I don't know, in case anybody asks about you. It's like, hey, we help blank.
They look at you with a smile. Uh,
Looking up the name generator.
Definitely. Uh,
Yeah, fair enough.
One. My name is One.
How is that spelled?
Let me put it in community notes.
Okay, nice.
Like you won a contest.
All right, got it.
Uh,
I'll tell him my name as well. All right.
And
Well,
well done, one.
nice.
well done. Now, if you excuse me,
One. Are you winning, son?
they run on off to
Are you
to
winning one?
You
I am number one. Hey,
said your
Nice.
name was Quarthon. Name's Referami.
Well, nice to meet you, Referami. At this point, I think we should just go around, try to get as many people as we can out of town, kill any of these guys we see. Sound like a plan?
Sounds like at least the beginnings of one.
All
First,
right.
we should check the people inside.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. It looked like they were mostly dead, but you seem like a magic user, so maybe you can remedy that. I don't know anything about magic. Anyway, yeah, sure, we'll go inside. Is Rava big enough to fit through the door?
probably not. You'd have to dismount.
Okay. I don't really. I'll stay out here then, since I don't want to leave Rava by herself, like in this dangerous environment. So I'll just guard the door.
Got it.
Very well.
Um. Also, I will say, in character, I'm not super worried about Calzias because one, he can take care of himself. Two, he's not in town. To the best of my knowledge, he's outside of town.
So true.
Fair enough. And and so Referami, as you run into the restaurant, it has been cleared out of like capable individuals like moving around, just leaving the bodies here. And you see this this first guard that was attacking, this first military personnel who had just gone a little bit crazy, just zip tied to what appears to be like maybe like a some sort of Art Deco display of like piping, and they were just like sitting on the ground, bleeding a little bit, just shaking. Uh, if you want to if you want to make a medicine check to see who you can stabilize in this moment, you can try, but it's going to be very difficult given that
Understandable.
most of you guys have been hit really hard.
Yeah, as I step in and look around at the carnage and I see him, I'll shake my head and I'm just like, so many threads cut short. So many threads. And I'll start checking the nearest person. Nat 20.
Very cool.
You have you played a game called Trauma Center?
I have not.
You begin performing battlefield triage, and honestly, Carthon, it is even like from this position, like looking out, it's really impressive to see this Referami individual begin to stabilize individuals. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to set some bones back in place. Sometimes you just have to suture some wounds shut. You're able to save about 5 individuals who were dying, but they are not dying anymore because of your quick movements and thinking. However,
It's incredible.
they're not at 1 HP.
Um, the critical success, comprehensive checkup, they heal a level of fatigue or strife if they have them.
They definitely have a point of strife that you do help them recover from because they are civilians and they do not expect to be almost
Be
cleaved in.
dead.
They do not expect to almost be cleaved in half for lunch. It's life on the rings is weird. It's not that weird.
Well, I don't know if we should leave him here or not. My dinosaur doesn't have the capacity to carry 5 adults out of here, plus myself. Um, so I don't know what we should do with them. Maybe they're best off here until they wake up, because it looks like they're stabilized.
Yeah. I don't know how we'll get these people out there. They can't be moved now, I don't think.
All right. Well,
And
you did a real good
Um,
thing.
and as you guys discuss this, the guard just chuckles. What's the point of moving them? It,
Oh yeah, the garden there.
it
Oh,
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
why doesn't it matter?
We're all gonna die. It doesn't matter.
look, if you're so smug, at least tell us what you know. Why are you saying this? Just at least tell us what we're up against. Give us a chance.
They smile and just these they they uncoupled the ring. They they uncoupled the first ring.
What? Like it's spinning away into space? That's ridiculous.
No.
Hmm.
Then
Once
what?
they the magic is gonna be gone. The weight of the ring cannot sustain its Once it all
Ah,
breaks, we're all gonna start falling to the far quarter.
okay, that actually sounds really interesting. Can I look at the sky? Because okay, if we're on the inside of the ring, I'm imagining it that it's all orbiting the far quarter, so we should be able to see into the far quarter.
No, the far quarter would be below you.
Oh,
Like the
okay,
rings
never
are
mind.
completely around the far quarter.
So the rings, the ground of the ring face away from the far quarter, not towards it.
Yes, it is still normal gravitational pull. There's not like
Okay,
it.
so we're on
It
like we're
yeah.
so
It's
in the
not like
Halo
Halo.
games. In the Halo games, it's like the inside of the ring that's habitable, but in this world, it's like the outside.
Yes.
Okay, so can we see the other rings in the sky then?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Are
That's why Alignment Day was such a big deal. Is because you could look up and you could see all the rings.
I see. Okay, I get it now. Thank you for explaining that. Uh, I'm not an astronomer. Does it look like the other rings are getting farther away?
Uh, make a make a perception check.
Oh, good. I'm proficient in that. Let's check it out. Perception. Do I have any advantages on this? No, I do not.
Your natural skill.
14.
Given how far away the rings are normally, it's really hard to say.
Got it.
But I am
Well,
willing to like say like you with the this is now the second weird thing that's happened today. First, you felt that seismic shift,
yeah.
and
So
now
screw.
people are going. Now people are being attacked.
Got it. Okay, so it might actually be plausible. I don't know anything about magic, but that's messed up. The good news is, out of character, I actually can fly, so I might be able to survive this.
Uh, I out of character.
But I realize we're probably supposed to actually try to like stop it or something ridiculous like that.
Out of character. Your flight is not perfect,
It's
Carthon.
true. It's true.
Your flight only works for I believe 3 rounds for free, and then each round past that gives you a point of fatigue.
Oh no, you're right. I was gonna like wait until I'm like 30 feet above the ground and then activate the flying speed.
Uh,
Uh,
Dive, dive.
uh,
Yeah,
I I will
but hopefully it doesn't come to that.
in I will have a brief conversation at the end of the session with that thought in mind, Mark.
It's
Um,
that's fine. I'm like 99% joking. Hopefully that doesn't happen because we actually do want to save people.
Yep.
listen, as somebody who has played Breath of the Wild, 9 times out of 10 you hit the ground before you hit the button for the paraglider. So be careful with that.
All
mhm.
right, got it.
Yeah. And and
Always hit it
as
earlier than you think.
yeah. And
Question. Sorry, go
yes.
ahead.
Yeah. Go
Uh,
for it.
I was gonna ask if my knowledge of engineering, um, would give me any insight into how plausible this story is.
Yeah. Roll engineering.
Okay. Uh, 7.
You you're not too like with the 7.
My specialty is not the rings.
You're aware of like the manufacturing of the rings. It's a very complicated process. You just like you can't think of any reason or possibility for like how would this happen. You just simply cannot think of a way for this to happen.
Magic.
I will turn to the guard and be like, "Who's they, and why would they do this? That makes no sense." The rings are the rings.
I don't. I don't know. But they showed me. He showed me, and I see it clearly. I've seen every everyone, hundreds, thousands falling.
So you had a vision.
It doesn't matter anymore. Doesn't.
That's where you're wrong. The visions are not set. The future is not set. The weave weaves in and out. Your thread, my thread, their threads. We all touch upon each other. If something like that were to happen, it would tear the weave apart. And that is simply unimaginable. That the weave can fix itself. Sometimes it needs help from us to keep the threads in place. That's what we do. Killing innocent civilians? Cutting their threads short? That helps nobody. The best way to help the weave is to live your life. Let your thread go where it will, not cut it short.
Uh, please roll a religion check with charisma. Either that or persuasion. If there's a speciality you think you can help between either skill, because I think you are
I'm
proficient in both.
not persuasion, no. Religion, yes, though.
Gotcha.
However, I do have my clerical charisma, which is the performance.
I don't think this is performance. This is 1-to-1.
Fair enough. With charisma,
I
15.
believe.
They they look at you and just so. Hey, I'm just. That wasn't.
No.
What, what have I done?
Well, you thought you must. You may have been wrong, but it's the way it is. I understand your fear. I understand your pain. I too have had visions. In fact, and I'll turn and look back at Corthon. Me and him have a conversation ahead of us. I saw him and others in visions.
But, but like, this guard like stands up and like, where is she?
She who?
Before I got this vision, I saw a woman. She appeared to be human. She came by. She came by. We talked a little bit in this cafe. Why can't I remember her name?
Was it
Look,
somebody you knew before?
I I don't know.
there. Go ahead, Cortland.
I don't know who you're talking about, but if you really do feel bad about this, then I'm not sure. We might need all the help we can get. Actually, I'm gonna make an insight check to see if this guy is truly reformed or not.
Sure, go for it.
Insight. There we go. 11.
Seems legit.
All right. Well,
Uh,
this might not be.
I mean, like, seems legit as in, like, okay, you can't get any strong feelings one side or the other, but at least he doesn't look like he's lying on purpose.
Got it. Well, it's up to you, Referami. Do you think we should leave this guy here for the police if this situation ever gets out of control, or do you think we should invite him to help us because we might need all the help we can get?
I think. I think. And I'll look to him and I'll. What's your name, soldier?
My name. They have to re compose themselves and my name's Private Vanali, sir.
I think Private Benelli here has some actions to make up for, don't you?
Yeah, I do, unless you're talking to him.
I was, but it counts
Oh,
for you
okay.
too.
Yeah, I mean, I sure think so. We killed a dozen people. Squints at him.
They look away in
I-
shame.
Can I insight to see how much I trust him?
Sure.
I don't know. On one hand, yeah, it's very sauce.
17.
Uh, you get a good read on this individual. This individual is probably a new recruit to the military. Uh, Probably joined and worked here not because they were dedicated to the cause, but because they were, you know, they wanted to work at an easy place and have an easy life. They're
Oh, their military career might be over.
yeah,
Definitely.
Oh,
oh,
But it also might have been like magic nonsense, like mind control, in which case I guess I couldn't really blame him since it kind of sounds like mind control, honestly. Anyway.
uh, they are weak of will and they do seem genuine about
weak of will and thick of head.
yeah, weak of will, thick of head. And it honestly, yeah. So
Not
yeah,
where you thought that was going, was it?
a little.
So yeah, Mark, it wasn't really mind control. He had a vision and then had a psychotic breakdown.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
that
All right.
Sounds like it.
yeah, out of character. And like Carthon, like your vibes are you don't believe this man would stab you right now.
Okay.
Well, Private, I don't know this woman that you speak of, but if your threads are fated to cross again, they will. First, we must survive this, and we must help those who need it. And I think you can start with the people in here,
Oh.
repairing the damage you've done to their threads.
Okay. I'm not a doctor, but I'll make sure I will prepare tea. I think tea helps people out waking up, right?
Some, yes. More importantly, there were these smoke, fog, mist people. I don't know how to explain them, but they were dressed as guards, but they did not act like guards. Protect these people. Do not let anybody enter unless you know who they are. There's too many here for us to be able to move, and they're too injured to move.
I'll protect
Protect
them.
them.
I promise. I promise.
Good.
All right.
How about it, soldier? And I'll salute him.
I will not, but then again, my opinion probably doesn't matter.
All opinions matter. Just not to everybody.
Yes, that's true. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. We should get out of here, see who else is in need.
And
I have
Yeah,
a
let's.
feeling it's going to be a lot more.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a long day. Well, let's get out of here.
and as you
Come
guys,
on, Rava.
and like
Dinosaur noises.
she roars out a little bit, like looking around
Moo.
with visible concern because there's screaming all around.
Yeah, I can make an animal handling check if need be.
Uh, you don't you don't need to roll animal handling right now to calm down Rava. You have too deep of a connection.
Okay, she also hasn't been hit yet, which I suppose also helps.
Yeah, but like just your presence right now is enough to calm them down.
Okay.
Unless you want to roll and go for a crit.
No, I won't right now until you tell me otherwise. Just checking.
Yeah, no, they're stressed, but they are not so stressed that they're gonna break down like Venali did.
Got it.
Uh,
Oh, real quick question. When the guards disappeared into smoke, was it just the guards, or was it everything they were wearing and
everything,
firing at us?
everything they were wearing, firing at you guys, all of it was gone. Every mark of them is gone.
What about the arrow that
Yeah.
that he got hit by?
Gone.
Okay.
But the wound remains.
Yes.
Okay. All right, just checking.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, we're on the same wavelength here. I was like, about that.
It's all an
Fair.
okay, so it's not an illusion. These were physical things that attacked us and did
Yes.
physical damage. All
Yep.
right. Got it.
All right.
All right, let's
Well,
move out then.
Coruscant, which way first?
And as
Uh,
you guys ponder that decision, Spurbon and Calzias,
hey, about time we got back to him.
A
you two with Rodgel, you guys are running on foot through the nearby countryside of Tenderlee, and it has devolved a little bit. There are people on the streets, like their neighbors are talking. People are rushing to their homes and packing. Like there is full blown, like, okay, not full blown panic, but like there are people running past, like people like bringing horses. Like you even see like an individual, like three people like arguing over a horse, like as you're passing by, like, listen, I bought the horse, I signed the contract, it's mine, and another person's like, but you brother, you live by yourself. I have a family I need to take care of. We need this horse. And there's just arguments and high tensions as you guys coming up to the village. And Spurbod, you see a small detachment of military individuals like patrolling. You recognize one of them from one of your previous meetings. You see an elvish individual. Not the major, just a normal look, like a different elf. with their small little detachment, they have gone together, and they are making their presence like very clearly known, and they are on patrol together. This is not
And
what was in the orders. Like this is like step 5. You are not aware of step 3, step 4 being completed yet.
interesting. I I'm gonna motion for Bim and Calzias to stay behind. And I am going to walk up to the patrol.
Beam, as like you mentioned, like stay behind. Like what do you do, Spurbod? Why are you leaving us? Is this really the time to be splitting up?
I'm not leaving you. I just need to have a chat with the elven individual.
Like, they look at you and look at.
Keep an eye out and be ready.
Understood, sir. Like, they come up to you, Calzias, and this teenager, like, gets into like perfect posture, like stomps their feet, and like goes into at attention, and just stares straight ahead. It honestly looks super stiff. It might make you laugh a little bit if this scene is like a little bit silly for like a black suit individual.
He said head on swivel.
Oh, and they like look around at attention, and they keep their stiffness, but they just like slowly turn around.
All right. I'm gonna stay with them. I'm gonna keep a lookout, but I'm also keeping an eye on Splurbod
Got it.
because we were just told military people were attacking the civilians, and Splurbod is walking right up to military people.
I know what I'm doing.
All right. Splurbod, you head on up to this small detachment of 4 military individuals, and there is nobody else around. Nobody else is coming up to ask for help. And as you come on up, this elvish individual looks to you and just, Caparius.
Forget, did I ever get this guy's name?
Their name is. Let me just finish typing this down. Corporal Teleth.
Telleth. What's going on? It's not time yet.
No. Our last orders were to hold still. We just gave our ultimatum to the governor. And it seems like they were ready for us. They were waiting for us.
Hmm.
They told our our superior officer to stand down, or they would uncouple the ring.
uncouple the ring. That's insane.
Yes. And when they said exactly that, they killed him. We only got this news from a bleeding survivor. A Sergeant Sinbad survived and witnessed the entire thing. And then some people began to speak of evacuating. And then people dressed like us, people seemingly in the military, started attacking people. And now we're just trying to keep an eye out to see who is destroying what we're trying to do here.
I cannot imagine anyone trying to do something as drastic as uncouple the ring. But
But what, Spurbod? I'm sorry, Caparius.
I get people out.
You might need to repeat that, Eats. Your audio cut out.
Oh, am I cutting out? Sorry. I said shit. Look, I can't imagine anyone being so dumb as to try something like uncoupling the rings. But just in case, we should be trying to get people out. Maintain your patrol, but if you see anyone who's in need of help, try to get them out of here. Get them onto one of the other rings, get them to the far quarter safely. I don't care. Just get them somewhere.
Those weren't
Meanwhile,
those weren't our orders, Caparius, but that is what we've been doing. Keeping an eye out and helping those in need. I think at this
good
point
man.
I think at this point the original operation has fallen apart.
Good man. Now you mentioned soldiers who were dressed like us but weren't of us. Do you have any idea where they were?
They were all through Tenderlee. They shot it into civilians and guards alike. And whenever they were killed, they devolved into smoke.
Some kind of magic construct then, or
Well,
I'll leave the speculation up to the mages.
of course.
Keep doing what you're doing then. Me and my party are heading up to Tenderlee to see what we can find.
Caparius, Godspeed.
Godspeed to you too. And I will walk back to Bim and Calzias, and it's all good. They're friends. They're friends. They mentioned that they saw the soldiers who were attacking people too.
Wait, so you're saying there's good military people from the military and bad people from the military? What is this, Fullmetal Alchemist?
I don't think even Full Metal Alchemist has good people in the military. There's like bad people in the military, and then there's assholes in the military. The one good person in that show is fucking Al, and he's not in the military.
Do I need to remind you? First of all, Hughes, Mustang, both of the
Uh,
Armstrongs.
who's the big guy with the mustache and no hair?
Major Armstrong.
That's Armstrong.
Okay, that's like fair on Major Armstrong. Mustang's an asshole, and Hughes died.
But Hughes was a good person.
He
And that's
was.
why he died.
Well, now
It-
he's a corpse, so he doesn't count.
Oof. Oof.
Too soon.
Too soon. Anyway. Any
So what
last...
exactly is the word? Is some of you military folk go insane, or are people impersonating them?
Impersonation. It seems like whatever's attacking people, anytime a one of our men would finish them off, would just dissipate into smoke.
That's
Smoke. What do you mean?
like smoke, or are we talking like something else?
Smoke, smoke, mist. I don't know, something wispy and dark.
That's odd.
It's odd indeed. Now, are we going or what?
Either way, you know this place better than I do.
Of course. And like,
Oh, did I cut out again?
no, you didn't. Rodgell seems
Uh,
extremely worried
Cut out
as
again. God damn it.
as you guys as you guys head on over into the village. Eats, are you with us?
Italy?
That sounds like a no.
Hello.
Let's send him to the other chat real quick and bring him back. What about now?
That also sounds like a no.
I'm sorry. I cut out again. Am I back?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
we can
you
hear
are.
you.
Okay, there we go.
Cool.
Fuck. I'm sorry.
Uh,
Uh,
but yeah,
what was the last thing you heard me say?
uh, I believe it was there. You were the once these things were defeated, they turned into smoke.
Oh, and then you guys were like smoke or something.
Yeah,
Uh, Look, it's a smoke, it's a mist. I don't know. It's something dark and wispy. I'm not here to split hairs. I'm here to split skulls. Now we going or what?
sir.
Either way,
Yes,
you
sir.
know this place better than I do.
All right,
And
and we'll keep going up.
as you guys keep on going up, running in, Rodgell looks worried. Like very similar to the emotional output of like going on patrol. They look just as emotional and like stressed. And as you guys go into the village to figure out the situation, here's what I'm going to tell you guys. If you guys have a certain amount of time. I can't tell you the amount of time, but there will be multiple. Uh, Actually, I will say there will be 5 major events that will precede the fall of the first ring. They will be very noticeable, and after the fifth significant event, if you are not on a way to escape the first ring, you will die.
All right.
There are multiple escape routes that I have prepared. Mostly connected to the people you guys saw through Referami's dream. Not every single escape route can take everyone.
Okay.
So I'm just letting you guys know.
Well,
No, that's interesting. I didn't necessarily think I didn't think the campaign would go in this direction, but no, I really like this.
I,
Eh.
I, I let you guys know in the very first arc, there's a very good chance that at least one of you guys will not make it.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
True.
When you said that, I thought you meant we might not make it out of like the first combat
No,
specifically.
the first arc.
Okay,
So
got it.
so you guys will need to save others and or save yourselves.
Okay.
So if there is any NPCs you care enough about to rescue,
Um, my Alphil, that's the one I care about. I mean, ideally we'd save everybody, but it's probably not possible. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, what are the odds that Black Soot is gonna be completely annihilated by a giant like mega structure falling on it?
that depends.
Got it. All right. Well, Black Soot might be doomed anyway, no matter no matter what
Is
happens.
it gonna land on Black Soot?
I mean, I guess I guess it depends on how close. Okay, so I'm not a scientist, but to me it seems like it would land on it if Black Soot is on like the equator of the far quarter. If it's near one of the poles, I think it would miss, since I imagine that it would like, this is gonna like break into an asteroid field and like go more toward the center of the planet as it decays. I imagine that the rings are orbiting the far quarter at the equator, but that might not be right. Maybe it's at an angle.
Who knows? But
All right, great.
but out of character, there is an impending tragedy that you guys are right in the middle of.
Got it. All right.
So have fun. Come up with a plan for who you wish to save.
This is awesome. I mentioned Halo. I'm a big Halo fan. This has nothing to do with Halo, but the aesthetics reminding me of the end cutscene of the first Halo game where Halo goes boom. You know,
Uh,
that's
Also,
I'm
kind of
getting
reminding me of Final Fantasy VII when the Sector 7 plate falls.
Uh,
True.
never played Final Fantasy, but
uh,
I'll take your word for it.
the only
Oh.
Halo game I played extensively was Halo 3, and I just immediately thought of the final mission where you just have to
Yes.
drive.
Or that I've played all the Halo games, although they kind of are not good anymore after Halo 3. Actually, it's after Halo Reach. Not a big
Reach
fan
was
at all
iffy.
of I'm not a big fan of at all of the 343 iteration of Halo. I hope that doesn't upset too many of our millions of listeners out there. I know we're the most popular show on the internet, so that's a real hot take. I'm sure gonna get me millions of angry tweets or whatever.
So true.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, no, I was gonna stop you, then I realized your opinion was not controversial.
no, I don't. I really don't think it is. At this point, I don't know. Some people might like Halo 4. I don't.
That's okay.
It's okay.
If
Those
they like
those
Halo
aren't those
4,
aren't
their
people.
opinion wouldn't matter.
Yeah, no, opinions don't matter. Actually, the Halo TV show is one of the greatest TV shows of all time. It's actually really brilliant. that Master Chief is out of his armor almost all the time and has sex with people, something he'd absolutely totally do in the games. Absolutely.
Wait, that happens in
Definitely.
the TV show?
Yes.
And how much time is spent killing elites?
Not
Uh,
as much as I would have liked.
I have not seen the show, but from what I've heard, the Covenant is barely even in the show.
No, they're not. All right, so I know we're still streaming, but I'm on this tangent. In all seriousness, I don't actually mind the TV show that much. I don't really like it, but as its own thing, it's in its own universe, its own cracked mirror version of the games. So, in that sense, fine. I don't really mind as its own thing. But it was canceled after season 2, so I think most people are not the biggest fan of it. Which, that's totally fine. I would have liked to see at least one more season since I think they were finally going to get to start adapting the first game after 2 seasons of not doing that. But, it was not to be. That's okay, though.
Here's the thing. When people think Halo show or Halo movie, it's gonna be an adaptation of the games where they're fighting the Covenant.
It's true. I mean, it
Not
was
the
better
stuff
than Halo.
before when they're fighting the insurrection.
You know,
Yeah.
I do think I want to continue this conversation, but I do want to wrap up the recording.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
But the bit we will continue this bit afterwards. But seriously though, if for everyone listening and pay attention at home, thank you guys for putting up with us and coming in for the third session of the Rings of Inasvine.
Yeah, thank you. We all really appreciate it. But no,
We
it means
do.
it means a lot to me. So thanks for listening,
To any of
guys.
you that watches on Twitch and YouTube, thank you so much for listening to us.
I will second and or third that.
I think
True.
I think you're gonna be the fifth person.
I mean, 2 + 3 = 5, right?
I
Yeah,
think
it's good math.
I know.
Good
There you
math.
go.
Good
See?
math right there.
Great math. Great
Good
math.
math.
Anyway, good night, guys. Take care of yourselves and have a
Good
great
night,
evening.
everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Until next time.